Golden sunbeams pierce the ancient forest, painting a well-worn trail with ethereal light. 7-year-old Kelly, her pink backpack bouncing, walks hand in hand with her parents, a picture of innocence. Nino, her striped grey cat, darts playfully between the towering trees, a blur of curious energy and joy. The air hums with the gentle sounds of nature, creating a peaceful, almost magical atmosphere around them. Kelly's parents, backs turned, are lost in the digital world, capturing the forest's beauty on their phones, oblivious to her. Kelly's gaze is drawn to a brilliant blue butterfly, its wings shimmering like jewels in the dappled sunlight. A soft giggle escapes Kelly's lips, her face alight with wonder at the butterfly's ethereal dance. Mesmerized, Kelly takes a few steps off the worn trail, drawn deeper into the enchanting woods by the butterfly. The vibrant blue butterfly flutters, leading Kelly further, its shimmering wings a beacon in the sun-dappled forest. Kelly, eyes wide with childlike wonder, chases a vibrant butterfly deeper into the forest, a carefree laugh echoing. Her joyous laughter fades as the forest's silence swallows the sound, a growing unease settling upon her. The butterfly flits away, leaving Kelly alone, a stark realization dawning in her eyes. She is utterly lost. The towering, dense trees close in around her, forming an impenetrable green wall, a silent, menacing presence. A sudden, cold gust of wind whips through the deeper forest, rustling the leaves with an ominous whisper. The familiar chirping of birds vanishes, leaving an eerie, profound stillness that chills the air. Kelly's bright smile slowly falters, replaced by a dawning, unsettling fear in her eyes. Her gaze darts around the suddenly silent woods, a silent plea forming on her lips. A small, trembling voice breaks the silence, echoing through the trees. "Mummy!" In the deeper forest, Kelly's desperate cry vanishes into the dense foliage, met only by a chilling echo. From the unseen depths of the undergrowth, a faint, unsettling, guttural murmur begins to rise. The ominous sound seems to emanate from all directions, swirling around Kelly with an invisible menace. Kelly's eyes widen in terror, her heart hammering wildly against her ribs as she faces the unseen threat. Nino, a sleek black cat, sniffs at a patch of moss on the forest trail, his tail twitching with playful curiosity. Suddenly, he freezes, ears swiveling, his bright green eyes narrowing as the forest's energy shifts around him. A chilling realization dawns in Nino's eyes as he senses Kelly's absence, a silent alarm ringing through the woods. His piercing cry shatters the forest silence, a desperate echoing meow. Nino, a tiny guardian, moves with keen purpose along the forest trail, his nose to the damp earth, sniffing the air. A faint, familiar scent of Kelly, mingled with crushed leaves, ignites a spark of urgency in his determined eyes. With a burst of energy, Nino breaks into a run, a small furry arrow aimed deep into the woods. He plunges into the thickest part of the forest, unwavering, driven by an unseen force. Nino, small and determined, pushes through a thicket of thorny bushes, his path a struggle against nature's embrace. Low-hanging branches swipe at his face, but Nino's agile body weaves through the dense foliage with unwavering focus. The forest grows darker, the canopy above swallowing the light, creating an eerie, enclosed world around him. Massive trees lean in, their ancient forms appearing to watch his every move, a silent, imposing audience. He is utterly alone in this verdant maze, the only sound the rustle of leaves and his own determined breath. Despite the isolation and the encroaching gloom, Nino's resolve burns bright, an unyielding flame in the deepening woods. Nino approaches a turbulent stream, its dark waters churning violently. The stream roars with an unfamiliar ferocity, its current unlike any he remembers. Beneath the surface, strange, elongated shadows seem to shift and writhe. Nino hesitates, his tail twitching with an instinctive unease. The ominous stream pulses with an unsettling energy, a stark contrast to his past memories. The roar of the turbulent stream is suddenly pierced by a faint, distant sob, chilling Nino to his core. Nino's head snaps up, his eyes widening in recognition as the sound intensifies. Kelly's cry. A surge of desperate urgency propels him forward, his resolve hardening against the wild current. He leaps onto a slick, moss-covered rock, his landing precarious as his feet slide dangerously. For a terrifying moment, he teeters on the brink, the raging water threatening to consume him. His powerful claws dig into the rock, securing his balance, his gaze fixed on the source of the distant cry. On the turbulent stream's opposite bank, Nino's gaze locks onto small, distinct footprints in the muddy bank Kelly's. A surge of resolve fills Nino's eyes. He knows he must cross. With a brave leap, Nino launches himself across the churning water. He lands safely on the other side, his fur slightly damp, but his spirit undaunted. Nino shakes off the water, his determination to find Kelly burning brighter than ever. Nino pushes deeper into the forest, the air growing heavy, pressing down on him in an almost silent hush. He enters a small clearing, the silence amplifying the thud of his own heart. Ahead, something vast and dark lies coiled among the dry, brittle leaves. It's a colossal snake, its scales glistening ominously in the dim light. Its unblinking eyes are fixed on Nino, a chilling, unwavering stare that pierces his very soul. In the hushed forest clearing, an ominous silence descends, thick and suffocating. A serpentine form rises, its head slowly lifting, a silent threat emerging from the dappled light. The snake's forked tongue flicks, tasting the air, a chilling prelude to danger. Nino's heart pounds a frantic rhythm against the sudden, oppressive quiet. His fur bristles with primal fear, every hair standing on end, a desperate attempt to appear larger. Nino arches his back, a defiant yet terrified display against the looming menace. Nino, small but resolute, stands his ground, his eyes fixed on the impending threat. With a sudden, courageous leap, he darts to the side, a blur of grey against the green undergrowth. He weaves through the low branches, his agility a testament to his determination. Nino's small form continues its swift escape, driven by an unwavering mission. The dense forest looms, its ancient trees forming a gnarled, twisted canopy that devours the sky. Nino, driven by an invisible pull, pushes deeper into the whispering woods, his senses heighten. The air thickens with the potent, unmistakable scent of Kelly, guiding Nino through the shadowed paths. Every rustle, every creak makes the forest feel alive, its watchful presence enveloping Nino. With each step, Nino is drawn further into the heart of the ancient, mysterious woods, following the scent. Suddenly, a clearing in the dense woods reveals an impossible sight, an ancient cabin shrouded in moss and vines. Its wooden door hangs eerily ajar, hinting at a profound darkness within. The cabin's presence is startling, a disquieting anomaly in the familiar landscape. Its weathered facade whispers of forgotten tales and untold mysteries. The air crackles with an inexplicable tension, an unsettling sense of the unknown. A faint, almost imperceptible whisper slices through the stillness of the cabin, hinting at a hidden presence. Nino approaches the cabin with extreme caution, every nerve alert to the unseen threat. The air around the cabin grows heavy, charged with an unknown and ominous energy. His senses are on high alert, his gaze sweeping the cabin, bracing for whatever lurks within. Nino slips through the slightly ajar cabin door, the wood groaning softly, a harbinger of the dread within. Huddled in a corner, Kelly trembles, her small body racked with fear, tears streaking her face. Her eyes, wide with terror, reflect the unseen horrors that have left her paralyzed with fright. On the dusty floor, Nino discovers large, ominous, non-human footprints hinting at a monstrous presence. A sudden violent gust of wind howls, rattling the cabin with an ominous force. With a deafening crack, the cabin door slams shut, plunging the room into chaos. Kelly lets out a terrified scream, her small hands flying to her mouth in utter shock. The cabin is plunged into an oppressive near darkness, the sudden gloom intensifying her fear. Slivers of dim light struggle through cracks in the walls, barely illuminating the terror in her eyes. The silence that follows the crash is thick with dread, leaving Kelly frozen in fear. Outside the cabin, an unseen entity begins to circle, its malevolent presence chilling the air. The once quiet woods now echo with the ominous snapping of twigs and heavy guttural breathing. Rustling leaves betray an immense ancient menace drawing ever closer, a primal fear in the air. Inside, Nino's senses are on high alert, every terrifying sound piercing his soul, leaving him frozen in dread. A tiny cat, Nino, squeezes through a splintered opening in the cabin wall, a beacon of hope in the dim light. He races to Kelly, rubbing against her legs, his loud purr a comforting rumble against her tear-soaked sobs. Kelly embraces Nino tightly, burying her face in his soft fur, finding solace in his unexpected arrival. Outside, the menacing, circling sounds abruptly cease, leaving an eerie silence in their wake. An oppressive silence descends, thick and heavy, within the confines of the cabin. Suddenly, a distant, deep howl pierces the stillness, echoing from the forest. This is no ordinary wolf's cry, but something far more ancient and resonant, stirring primal fear. Nino, eyes fixed intently on the cabin door, tenses, sensing the unseen threat. He lets out a series of loud, unwavering MIAOs, a desperate warning against the encroaching darkness. The cabin is now a battleground of sound, Nino's cries challenging the unseen terror lurking outside. In the inky blackness of the woods, a mournful, distant howl recedes, swallowed by rustling leaves. The heavy, deliberate footsteps that once approached the cabin now slowly fade, growing fainter with each passing second. Nino's persistent, determined meows, filled with inexplicable courage, pierce the night. The unseen menace retreats, seemingly warded off by Nino's defiant cries. Silence descends, leaving only the rustle of leaves as proof of the encounter. In the deepening gloom of the forest, a faint sound, then familiar voices, pierce the silence, calling out, Kelly! Beams of flashlights cut through the oppressive darkness, dancing among the trees, heralding a desperate search. Emerging from the shadowy depths, Kelly's parents appear, their faces etched with profound relief and exhaustion. Still trembling, Kelly stands secure, Nino watchful at her side, his loyal gaze fixed on the approaching figures. The parents rush to Kelly, their arms enveloping her in a fierce, protective embrace. The ordeal finally over. Kelly's parents stand frozen in the night forest, their faces etched with disbelief and profound fear. They stare at the empty spot where the cabin once stood, now only an impenetrable wall of trees. The forest has swallowed its mystery whole, leaving no trace of the cabin, only an endless dark expanse. Nino glances into the dark tree line, his eyes gleaming with ancient understanding of the forest's endless secrets.